In this short video with a kit from wheelchairrampkits.com, we will demonstrate how easy it is to build up to a 16-foot wood ramp in less than 2 hours for less than $200. There's no measuring or cutting or fitting required. The kit includes a top and a bottom, step-by-step instructions, a materials list, a tools list, and then everything else you need is at Home Depot or Lowe's. If you're a service organization, church, or volunteer group, wheelchair ramps make great community service projects. They provide high value, low cost, and have high visibility within the community. You may not know that ADA regulations are only guidelines. There are no ADA regulations for homes, just public use spaces. Few cities require permits or building codes for residential, non-permanent ramps. Our ramps can be moved when the need is over, so one ramp can be reinstalled many times. So not only are our ramps easy to build and low cost, kit ramps help service organizations provide services to more people with fewer member hours. Okay, let's get oriented by looking at a finished ramp first. Obviously, this ramp is relatively simple to build. You'll notice this is a short, what we call threshold ramp, because it doesn't have enough space in the bottom to put 2x4s. We use the tie boards with 1/4-inch masonite or plywood. So the deck is made of 3 2x12 boards, the length that you're interested in. The lengths come in 8, 10, 12, and 16-foot lengths. Here's the top bracket that comes with our kit. Here is the bottom bracket that is used to get on and off of the deck at the bottom. And here are the L brackets that are used to hold the bottom bracket to the ramp. If you'll notice, there's a slot that's created by these two L brackets so that the bottom bracket stays with the ramp at all times. So now that you've seen how simple this is, the only thing that's not obvious is how the top bracket is secured to the ramp. So we will do that now. Here are the tools that are required to build a ramp with our kit. You'll notice a standard crescent wrench, a Phillips head screwdriver, a flat blade screwdriver, a hammer, and 2 electric drills. One is for drilling pilot holes with a small drill bit. The other is used for driving the wood screws or deck screws with a bit that fits those particular screws. This saves you a lot of time in changing bits out from if you only have one drill. So what is not intuitively obvious on building one of these wheelchair ramps is mounting the top. This is a standard top. It's made out of aluminum, so it won't stain your sidewalk or your porch. And so to mount it, you center the top bracket across the 3 deck boards. You notice that there are holes already pre-drilled in the bracket, which is used as a template for you to drill your holes through. So then after you've drilled all, I always insert the bolts immediately after I drill the hole, just to lock everything in place so all the bolts line up. But then you just finger tighten the bolts for the moment. And then when you have all of these bolts installed, you will take a hammer and you will pound these bolts because they have a little ridge on them to bite into the wood. You'll hammer them into the deck and tighten the bolts down. So now we're going to install the side rails. These are to keep the wheelchair wheel from going across over the edge of the wheelchair ramp. So you have a 1x4, some people like 2x4s, or 2x6s, it's your choice. So you have the length of the side rail to be slightly shorter than the entire deck. And you will drill a pilot hole for each wood screw and you will drill the hole and the wood screw about every 12 inches as you go down the board. Now that we've got the side rails installed, we're almost there. We're going to set the ramp in place. This is an 8x8 beam that simulates a one-step landing that this wheelchair would fit. And we will set it in place, square it up, and then install the bottom transition bracket. We're done. Okay, now that we've got a finished ramp, let's try it out. I want to describe a situation when the ramp sits on a doorway threshold. When a screen door is present, the standard top cannot be used. Here we have a short doorway threshold that goes into about a 6 or 8 inch, a 4 to 6 inch threshold height. So the ramp is very short, but with the standard top, you could notice a screen door could not open because the bracket would sit above the height of the threshold. So to solve that problem, we have an alternative top called a flush top bracket. This is a bracket that you'll notice is mounted underneath the deck. It has furniture fittings in it so that you can install carriage bolts with the into the furniture fitting so that you can have an infinite adjustable height. So once you have adjusted the bolt to the proper height so that the deck is flush with the doorway, then you will install L brackets to secure the ramp to the threshold. So here are the products in our kit that you can purchase. Here's a standard aluminum top. Here's the flush top. This is the aluminum bottom transition bracket. And these are the kits for the portable ramp. Some people prefer to set up their ramp each time and take it down after each use. For more information, you can visit our website, and we're always available for questions either by phone or email. Thank you.